ሰላም ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልኝ የዚህ ቻናል ቤተሰቦች እና የዘንድሮ የፕሪ ዩኒቨርሲቲ እና የፕሪ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ሬሜዲያል እና የ12ኛ ክፍል ተማሪዎች ተፈታኝ ተማሪዎች እኔ መምህር ቡታ ደምሶ እባላለሁ። ዛሬ በጣም ልዩ የሆነ ቪዲዮ ይዤላችሁ ቀርብ ያለችው ብዙ ተማሪዎች ፈተና ላይ የሚቸገሩበት ወሳኝ ነጥቦችን ዛሬ በዝርዝር እናያለን። በዚህ ቪዲዮ እኔ ራሴ ለእናንተ እንዲሆን አድርጌ ባዘጋጀሁት የሙከራ ፈተና ላይ ከጥያቄ ቁጥር 7 እስከ 10 ያሉትን ጥያቄዎች ደረጃ በደረጃ እንሰራለን። ስለ ኮምፖዚት ፋንክሽን፣ ስለ ሎካል ማክሲመም፣ ስለ ኢንቨርስ ፋንክሽን ግልጽ በሆነ ማብራሪያ ታገኛላችሁ ከባለፈው ቪዲዮ። እነዚህን ጥያቄዎች በየዓመቱ በፈተና ላይ የሚደጋገሙ በመሆናቸው አሰራራቸውን ማወቃችሁ ውጤታማ ስለሚያደርጋችሁ እንደ አንድ ዩኒቨርሲቲ መምህርና ተመራማሪ ጥያቄዎቹን በቀላል እና በአጭር ጊዜ ውስጥ እንዴት መስራት እንደምትችሉ የራሴን የተለየ ስልት አሳያችኋለሁ። ግቡ ፈተናውን መስራት ብቻ ሳይሆን ዋናውን ጽንሰ ሀሳብ በሚገባ ተረድታችሁ በራስ መተማመን እንዲኖራችሁ ማድረግ ነው። ለቻናሉ አዲስ ከሆናችሁ ሰብስክራይብ ማድረግ እንዳትረሱ። ቪዲዮውን ላይክ በማድረግ ደግሞ ለጓደኞቻችሁ እንድታጋሩ እየጠየቅኩኝ አሁን ቀጥታ ወደ መጀመሪያው ጥያቄ እንሄዳለን። ስለዚህ ከ7ኛ እስከ 10ኛ ያሉትን ጥያቄዎች በዚህ ቪዲዮ እንሰራለን። ቀጥታ ወደ 7ኛ ጥያቄ እንሂድ።
ኦኬ ዛሬ ደግሞ እስኪ ከ7ኛ ጀምሮ እንቀጥላለን። ነምበር 7 solution. It says f of x is given by 2x plus 1 over x minus 3 and g of x is given by x plus 4. Then it says what is fork of x? So to find composition of a function, always we can do and we proceed like this. Fork of x means f of g of x. Originally, what is f of x? Our f of x is, let us call it 2x plus 1 over x minus 3. Now, in place of x, if we insert something, for example, g of x, in place of this x, if we insert g of x come to this place and again come to this place. So we can multiply 2 by g of x and add it on 1. So directly we can substitute our function, our g of x. This is our g of x. This is our g of x. So f of g of x means in place of x we can insert the whole functions, which is the same as 2 into g of x plus 1. It is original function of x, g of x minus 3. So like this. This is all about the composition. So directly if we insert g of x on f have this format 2, and what is g of x? G of x is actually x plus 4 and there is plus 1 in outer side over, and again in place of x if we insert g of x can be x plus 4 and there is minus 3. There is minus 3 in place of x, okay, in the first one. So f of x is equals to 2x plus 1 over x minus 3 means this x is replaced by g of x. Again this x is replaced by g of x like this. So there is minus 3 here. There is minus 3 here. So when we simplify this one, 2 is multiplied by x, it will be 2x plus 2 times 4, it's 8 plus 1 over x plus 4 minus 3, it's 1, x plus 1. So it will be 2x plus 9 over x plus 1. This is the final answer. So this is fork of x. fog of x. So in this way, we can find fog of x. So the answer is choice A. Let's proceed to number 8. Okay, another one is question number 8. It says the function f of x is equals to x cubed minus 3x plus 2 has local maximum at dash local maximum. So to find the local maximum and the local minimum of a function, just we can solve it by using the critical numbers. And first of all, we have to find the first derivative. Then after finding first derivative, we are going to solve a place where a sign change from negative to positive and a positive to negative. So actually there are two tests. The first one is first derivative test, first derivative test, and second is second derivative test for extreme values. So to find extreme values. For this one, if we take the first one, for example, in a first derivative test, the function has local maximum value if the sign change from local maximum value if the sign change from positive to negative. If the sign is changed from positive to negative, meaning like this one, just from positive to negative. If the sign change from positive to negative, we have local maximum at that specific points. And again, the function has local minimum value if the sign change from negative to positive. If the sign does not change, just we do not have extreme value at that point. So as a solution, first of all, find f derivative at x, and we are going to find the sign of this function, the sign of f derivative. So f derivative at x is actually 3x squared minus 3. The derivative of x cubed is 3x squared, and the derivative of 3x is 3, and the derivative of 2 is 0. It's constant function. So solve this. F of x is equals to f derivative at x equals to 3 into x squared minus 1 when we factor it out. Then this can be also written like x minus 1 and x plus 1. Expansion of this one. X squared minus, because there is a formula saying x squared minus a squared is equals to x minus a and x plus a. So I'm going to find the sign of this one. So if two things are multiplied together, how to determine the sign of their product? There are two cases. The first one is product rule, and the second one is sign chart rule. So sign chart is very beneficial for a student. It's very simple for a student. So in sign chart, we can solve it to determine the sign of this product. We can do it like this one. We can take one of the function as 3 into x minus 1, and the next one, let's say x plus 1, and finally the product. The product means original 3x squared minus 3. And also you are going to do one straight line above all this one. So these two are factorization of this one. So for this function, it will be 0 at what? At 1. At 1. Positive 1. And this function can be 0 at negative 1. At negative 1. So there is only two product or two factors. So we can have two different values or two different candidates to find the extreme values as interval that are negative 1 and 1. So we can write it in increasing order. In the left hand side, the least number will be written, and on the right hand side, the highest number will be written like this one. So 3 into x minus 1 will be 0 at this place, And if the number is greater than 1, for example, if we insert 2 here, 2 minus 1 is positive, so it will have positive values. And if we insert in this side, it's negative, because if we insert 0, for example, 0 minus 1 is minus 1, minus 1 times 3 is minus 3. And for this one, it will be 0 here. It will be 0 here. Then, if we insert a number which is greater than minus 1, it will be positive. It will be positive. And the last one is negative. And what is the product? The product is the product of these two signs. These two signs. In this straight, it will be 0. In this straight, it will be 0. And in this position, it will be positive. Negative times negative is positive. Negative times positive is negative, actually. This one is also positive. And this tells us the solution of a given product, okay? A first derivative function will have this same values. So, as we said, the function f of x cubed minus 3x plus 2 has local maximum, we said. So, local maximum exists at a place where a sign change from positive to negative. So, from positive to negative, the sign is changed from positive to negative. From positive to negative at here, at this point, okay? So at x is equals to minus 1, the sign change from positive to negative, as you look it from the sign chart. So directly we can say that f has local maximum value at x is equals to minus 1. Okay, another one is question number 9. It says if f of x is given by e to the power of 2x minus 1, then inverse of f of x is, it says like this one. So to find inverse of a function, as we look, this function is exponential function. So we expect logarithmic functions as inverse of this function, because inverse of exponential function is logarithmic function. So we expect logarithmic functions as inverse. So how we look or how we do? Let's go. First step is write y is equals to e raised to 2x minus 1. Now it is explicitly written. The second step is exchange x in place of y, e raised to 2y minus 1. Now the third step was solve for y. Solve for y from second step. So from the second step, when we solve for y, what will happen? Let's proceed. Now, x plus 1 will become e raised to 2y. if we insert this minus 1 to the right hand side. Now, multiply both sides. Multiply both sides by ln x, ln function. Now it will be ln of x plus 1 is equals to ln of e raised to 2y. Okay? But there is a rule that says ln of something e raised to a raised to x will be x times ln of a by logarithm law. Since the base is e here, so this part will be 2y only, 2y. Because ln of e raised to 2y means it is the same as ln of e raised to 2y to the base e, which is 2y into ln of e to the base e, which is 1. This part will be 1. So it will be 2y only. Now, if we divide it both side by 2, it will be y is equals to ln of x plus 1 over 2, which is the same as half of ln of x plus 1. So this is a final answer. And this question is very tricky question for some students. It is very difficult for some students, but at the same time, it is very simple for another student. So how to solve it? It says that what's the exact values of what is the exact values of sine of 75 degree, sorry, sine of 75 degree. The bad thing is here, this is not a special angle. If it is a special angle, we can use different methods, different technique to find the trig values. But this is not a special angle. But is it possible to write this as a composition or as an addition of two angles? Do you know this one? 75 degree means it is 30 degree and 45 degree. Now, we are going to use the double angle formula and half angle formula, or the sine of, do you know this one? Do you know these formulas? Sine of alpha plus beta is the same as sine of alpha cos of beta plus cos of alpha sine of beta. This formula, and also cosine of alpha plus beta is the same as cosine of alpha cosine of beta. It's minus, okay, this time it's minus sine of alpha sine of beta. These two formula are very important formula for everybody, even for a field other than mathematics, for physician, for chemists, and for many scientists. These formula are very important. So many things are derived from this formula. We can derive double angle formula, half angle formula, even many more things from this property. So you should have to be careful to take these formulas. So in a sine place, if it is addition, again in this side it's addition, and we can use plausible sine of alpha here and the cos of beta. Again, cos of alpha here, sine of beta. We can use plausible products. And for cosine of alpha plus beta, we can start from cosine and we end with sine. And we can take different angle. And the positive sign will be changed to negative sign. Now, if it is minus here, we can use positive for this formula. And if it is minus, direct forward, it is negative, okay? So I wrote 4 formulas for you. The first formula is sine of alpha plus beta. The first one. The second formula is sine of alpha minus beta. Next one. And also cosine of alpha is cosine of alpha plus beta. Again, cosine of alpha minus beta. So there are 4 different formulas here. Now what I'm going to do right now is to find or to write this sine of 75 degree as sine of 30 degree and 45 degrees. Okay? Since this is not special angle, it's possible to write like this one. Now from this one, if we expand this formula using the first property, what will happen? Sine of 30 degree cosine of 45 degree plus cosine of 30 degree sine of 45 degree. You see? We can expand it using these formulas. Now, what sine of 30 degree? It's very simple. It's 1 over 2, half. And the cosine of 45 degrees, root 2 over 2. Root 2 over 2 plus cosine of 30 degree. It will be the same as sine of 60 degree. Sine of 60 degrees, root 3 over 2. So, it will be root 3 over 2 here. And for this one, it is root 2 over 2. So, if you find the product and the sum, it will be root 2 over 4 plus root 6 over 4. Now, when we sum it, root 2 plus root 6 over 4. This is a final answer. Thank you very much.